Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. It gives me immense pleasure and joy to be sharing this milestone moment with you, the conclusion of the first season of the Nagaland Super League. What began as a vision has become a reality where we have given platform to young footballers to pursue their career in football as a professionalism. It has been an immense success. We have seen the growth of football, the outlook of football in our state is very different because of the NSL. And then we have seen lots of increase in fan bases also, in franchises also, in terms of support. It's all because of our continuous support. I want to thank all the media, the partner, the franchisees, and most of all, the players and coaches who have supported the NSL on and off the field and given the first NSL season a tremendous success. We have achieved a very great height, and we are looking forward that we'll set new heights, we'll develop more grassroots level of football, and we are looking forward to building our league more stronger, bigger, and brighter. That is the second NSL season. With these few words, I once again welcome you to this press conference. Thank you for joining us.
Nagaland is moving forward by supporting from everybody, especially from our state government. This time we received an award for investing for the games. We are grateful to our Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Curio, for all our support, not only giving the moral support, financial, giving the infrastructure so that we can move forward. And we also would like to thank our Nagaland Olympic Association led by Sir Bulmetal. We have seen what we have achieved for Nagaland Super League 2025. And even Youth Resources Department, I would like to acknowledge them for giving all the infrastructure, logistics support, everything. And with all the media support and the football fan and the lovers, especially to the club owners, they all came forward and made it what we have achieved today. Especially, we got awards for the Super League also. What I would like to make a clear mention is our state government is pro-sports and our Chief Minister is a pro-youth. That's why he invested so much. We present our state plan in All India Football Federation executive meeting and in the general meeting also. How our government is investing in sports. Though we are very small state, our state is really giving focus on the youth because they know through sports we can bring peace, through sports our economic also can be developed. In that way, our Honorable CM has given so much to the sports, and today what he has done, the All India Football Federation, our great nation, has acknowledged by giving this special award to our state. So we are dedicated to the whole of the Naga people, especially to the lover of footballs and players. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to you.
We expanded the scope of football into entrepreneurship and employment generation. Because sport is not only about playing football on the ground, but there's an industry that revolves around sport. And till now, we feel that Nagaland has not tapped into the entrepreneurial and the business aspects of sport and to expand sport beyond the playing field so that the sports industry expands and contributes to the creative economy of the state. The fan zone gave opportunity to various verticals, be it in merchandise, be it in food and beverages, be it in music, be it in entertainment. So it expanded a new scope and it also gave a new experience to fans. Many of us who follow football internationally, be it Premier Leagues, be it international football, if you look closely at how international football and professional football is conducted in different parts of the world, football is not only about 90 minutes of play that takes place in the turf. In fact, football is a 6 to 7 hour experience, which we try to introduce this time. So fans came in, spent time at the fan zone, they had entertainment for them going, they watched the football. Football also had a mix of football and entertainment. We had musicians, artists, and people from the entertainment industry become part of the ecosystem, which expanded the scope, which created economy, which created jobs. Another aspect which we did, most importantly, and which we've been emphasizing on since the beginning of the league, is grassroots development and junior development. It was mandatory for every franchisee to have a minimum of 6 under 20 players in a squad of 30. This was mandatory. And it was also mandatory that every team has a starting 11 of at least 2 under 20 players in a starting 11. Our aim was to give opportunity to youngsters, to grassroots development. At the same time, it was also our aim to bring the best of football to our own backyard. We wanted our footballers to get national level standard football in our own backyard. That's why we opened up the league for each franchisee to have guest players. Each franchisee was allowed 6 guest players, but they can play only 3 on the turf at a given time. So it was a mix of developing grassroots and also bringing the best talent and best level of football from outside the state. Talking about grassroots development, we also are coming up, as we had announced earlier, the NSL scholarship, which I will dwell on a little later. But before that, the NSL also had a very interesting program that was our outreach program. We had partnership and outreach with educational institutions, with colleges, with school kids. On most match days, we brought school kids from different schools in and around the stadiums in and around Kohima and Dimapur, gave them an NSL experience, made them meet NSL players, made them visit the different infrastructures, entered the locker rooms, met some of their favorite players, had photo sessions, entered the ground, and got a feel of what it is like to be part of a professional league. These kids will get inspired to play football because football gives opportunity in an equal playing field for everybody. Our aim is to promote the Olympic spirit, the Olympic message, and that is to create a platform for people from all walks of life, irrespective of what background they belong to come and participate in sport, not only on a professional level, but to ensure that sport gives them a chance to blossom, to flower, and to reach out towards their aspirations and their aims. We want to give sport an opportunity to youngsters so that they can enjoy and develop their personality and character, because sport strengthens character. That's what we believe. The NSL proved one thing. The NSL proved one thing is that sport has the power to unify. Once the NSL was going, we had thousands of people following us on social media, on our podcasts, and also at the grounds. It brought Nagaland together. There was no Angami, Ao, Sema, Lota once the football started. It was all about the football. It was all about NSL. Our aim to unify Nagaland through football, I think, was largely achieved. And youngsters, those footballers, understood when we spoke to them, because we had sessions with every team. When we spoke to them, we told them that each and every footballer is an ambassador to unify Nagaland. And that we did. And the motto of the NSL was, "Together we soar." The motto of the Nagaland Olympic Association is "Stronger Together." The Nagaland Olympic Association, the NSL, and the NFA has a common and collective aspiration to strengthen unity, to strengthen oneness under the Olympic spirit and using this platform of sport. Another important aspect I want to highlight before we come to next season's plans and ambitions, as I said earlier, are the NSL scholarships. The NSL selection board, the jury board have come up with a team of best players of under 20 who played in NSL. We have tied up with the Inspire Institute of Sport and the JSW Foundation in Bangalore, and this selected team will undergo a short coaching camp in Nagaland, a preparatory coaching camp, and then they will go and spend time at the Inspire Institute of Sport, India's best sports academy. India's best sports academy that is producing Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, and World Olympic champions. Athletes like Neeraj Chopra are also products of Inspire Institute of Sports. Our under-20 team will go and spend time at Inspire Institute of Sports. They will get the best ecosystems, the coaches, sports medicine, sports science, and they will train with FC Bangalore, and the international team of FC Bangalore coaches and support staff will spend time with our team. They will play matches there, and they will get this exclusive scholarship which is being funded by the NSL. So these are some highlights I wanted to share with you, and many more, but I think for now my opening remarks will end there. Kaki, you can take the press conference forward. If there are questions, I think we can start taking the questions.
My question is regarding the apprehension that the prizes to the winning team has not been given to them. So can you, if anyone can kindly inform us whether the prizes has been given, and if not, or why was it being delayed?
But I think we've already given a statement on this some time back. We had the NSL Awards night, after which we started giving the prizes. But let me make it very clear, because the ecosystem of sport and league is very new to us. You must understand the fact that these type of leagues, these type of tournaments, even contracts, take time for payments to come through. In fact, some of the leagues around the world take months for prizes to come through. You can do your research, that's one thing. But I will not justify it with that. We have given our prizes to all the individual members, individual award winners already, to each and every one. And every prize has been done through a bank transaction. Every man of the match prize from day one when we started distributing was done through bank transactions. There was no cash transactions, and the transactions went straight to the accounts which they submitted. For example, when somebody won a man of the match, it was mandatory for the franchisee owner of that team to fill out a form, give the bank details, submit it to the finance team, after which we transferred our amounts. This has been taking place from day one till the finals, as far as the man of the match is concerned. You are also aware that according to the guidelines of the franchisees and the NSL, there are cash penalties for yellow cards and red cards. And it is also mandatory for the franchisees to make a payment of these cash penalties before their next match. Many of the teams could not fulfill these norms, but we went ahead with matches. Even now, some of the teams have not paid the mandatory match penalties which they are supposed to pay. That's one, but we've relaxed the rules for that. The second aspect is that when the NSL was designed and formulated, and we had meetings with all the franchisees and all the stakeholders, we came up with a set of regulations. The aim is to promote the footballer, to protect the footballer, and to promote football. That is why we designed the entire rules and regulations around promoting and protecting the footballer. We made it compulsory that each franchisee must have a personal contract with each player. A contract that is vetted by the NFA and that is as per the norms of the All India Football Federation. The contract also specifically has to state what is the fee you are paying the player. We also made base fees. For example, an under-20 player, the minimum base fee was 20,000 per month. 20,000 per month, and there was no upper limit. So this is because we wanted under-20 players also to get their fair share of income. We are to make it into a professional league. That is why we also expected. Being a professional league is not only about footballers earning money. Professionalism has to come from the organizing committee. Professionalism has to come from the officials and umpires, and most importantly, the clubs and the franchisees. Only then that the ecosystem of the entire professionalism can take place. We know it's a first time, we know everybody faces challenges, but we stuck to the regulations so that we don't bend the rules in favor of anybody. That's why we said that every contract that you sign with the player, every salary that you pay to the player that report and that transaction proof has to be given to the organizing committee for every month. Only then you are clear to move on to the next month. But many of the franchisees could not present this documentation in time, except for a few who submitted accordingly monthly. And we also made it clear from the beginning that prize money will be given based on you fulfilling your compliances, sticking to the regulations. Only then prize money will be cleared. And in the first place, we also assured all the franchisees that we will be giving you support in the form of tickets. So before the NSL started, all the franchisees were given tickets worth 5 lakh each without any payment, and whatever they generated from that 5 lakhs belonged to them. So we gave back to them their investment of at least 5 lakh through tickets, which was their money, their revenue, which did not have to be submitted to us. So in that context, as Ben said, whichever club submitted their compliances and their regulations, which they have agreed to and signed contracts, all the prize money has been cleared. Those who have not submitted, they will have to comply. That's the rule of the NFA, that's the regulation of the All India Football Federation, and also, if they don't do the compliances, their registration also will come up for discussion at the All India Football Federation. So we are trying to protect the clubs in this. Secondly, we want to make sure that the players are paid. Only after we get the proof that the players are paid, they'll get their prize money. So I think that's pretty clear on that.
What should the fans expect next season on NSL 2? Should we expect a bigger arena
As far as
and an expansion of the pool?
Players, franchises to be. NSL 1 was just the first edition. I would say in many areas we were testing the waters, we were experimenting, and we were trying to build a brand. For any venture to succeed financially and to be sustainable, we have to build a brand first. Year 1 was all about investing in building a brand, increasing visibility. So I think we've achieved a lot on that front. It's not perfect, nothing is perfect, it's always a work in progress. There will be mistakes, there will be lessons to learn, and it's always a work in progress. But yes, the process for the next season will start after the summer break. There's a process of opening up the league for new franchisees to apply. There's a process for continuation of the present franchisees if they meet the compliances and the regulations. So that process will be opened up through public advertisements, through stakeholder meetings, through our district football associations. So that process will start. Having said that, we are already getting a lot of interest from investors, from sports lovers, from other club owners that they are keen to join, having seen the first league. But we hope that next year will be bigger, better as far as the football is concerned. We are also hopeful that the prize money will increase. We are hopeful that there will be more teams, and we are hopeful that we can expand the scope of the league. When I say expand the scope, more matches, longer duration. But all that also comes with challenges of more expenses, more resources, requirement for more infrastructure. And coming to your question, again, a lot of people asking us very pertinent about the size of the stadium. I think we are all aware that the Honorable Chief Minister on the closing day said that the government will work on expanding the size of the capacity of the galleries. So we're confident that the government will take that up, the department will take that up. Definitely we are not in a position to speak on that, but I have been informed, I can tell you quite clearly, that the department has already done its surveys and its studies for inclusion of more galleries, expansion of that stadium. Otherwise also that stadium is still a work in progress and there's a lot of work to be done. That's one. Also we are looking at other venues, but again, it will all come down to the dynamics of teams, districts, resources, and logistics. But definitely with everybody's support, I'm sure NSL2 will be bigger. We are confident it will support the people.
When you talk about football, the much needed thing was a proper league in our state, and then Nagaland Super League came out. So taking this opportunity, if I may ask, the brainchild of Nagaland Super League, is it the NFA, NOA, or the Youth Resource Department?
Okay, can you just, the
brainchild
federation?
It belongs to the people. I mean, there's been a lot of demand and hope that Nagaland will have a Super League. So, and I must place on record here, honestly, my colleagues are here, President is here, Chairman is here. We were also pressured by the Honorable Chief Minister that we must start a league soon. In fact, he's been on us for quite some time, but we needed to strategize. We just couldn't, and we've had not very good experience in the past, we all know that. So we wanted to ensure that we put the right strategies in place, the right frame of mind, the right, game plan in place so that we come up with successfully. We took some time in doing that. In fact, a few months we've been in the planning process, and we finally came up with a blueprint. And brainchild, it's not rocket science also. Huh? Others have been doing it, and I think the teams worked very hard behind that. There's no particular one person is a brainchild, and Chief Minister pushed us. Football Association and Olympic Association worked very closely. We strategized, we made a game plan, but it belongs to the people. The winner is the people.
Regarding the second point, league for second season, it may start this year. We were planning to start last year by October, but however, due to many technical issues, we could not start in time. So we started only coinciding with the Dr. Teo 107th anniversary. We started with that one. But to be in line with All India Football Federation I-League, we were a bit late this time. So we are planning to start this year by the end of this year, so that by January we finish on league, and by March, April will be in the India I-League. The champion will be. So that is our planning. And this year we have done many things good, and we have already convinced all India Football Federation, League Committee, Competition Committee that we can do it. So what we have requested all India Football Federation is not only one thing. This we are making a history to enter to the Indian League. So we are requesting them to at least take 3 teams if possible. So we are working on that line. So how far they will agree to our position, but we are planning this one. So Northeast League also on the pipeline. Recently we have a meeting. So if first team cannot, team cannot go, so the other team we can go for the Northeast League also. That is on the pipeline. And coming to the grandchild is Naga people have worked out on this line. We were working on before all this. So togetherly we have worked out in this line. So I could say that our government is behind everything. Somebody will take in May, but somebody is working behind all. Also, the achievement is belong to our Nagas.